Hello everyone. I hope everyone is well and has much better weather than me today. I was very lucky to pop out this morning, run a few errands and not get drenched. Mid-morning, that was not the case and it is still raining. So, okay, we are up and working nice and quick this morning. Hello, Anne. Hello, Corinne. It's been a while. Hello, Sarah. My name is Ellen Woodbridge. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia, and I love having all my customers and friends from Australia and all around the world come to visit me twice a week, whether it be live like you are now or like I am now, or whether it be on the replay. Love having you here, and I do hope I inspire you with our Stampin' Up products. Okay, hello Charlotte, hello Alicia. Turtle Island Trading Post. Oh, that sounds very interesting, Alicia. Hey, Beryl, how are you? And I also can't decide whether I'm hot or cold today. I've had this jumper on twice today because obviously it's been raining all month and it's just muggy. So I just can't decide. It's either that or perimenopause. Unsure. Even Owen went, Mum, are you hot and cold because of your menopause? And I went, you might be right, mate. So I've even got my children working out what stuff is going on. Hello, Tanya, Leslie, Lisa, Cindy. Welcome, everyone. Oh, it's sunny down in Melbourne. Oh my God, you're very lucky it's sunny down in Melbourne. We have had the wettest, and I got a story up after I was live on Tuesday. We've had the wettest August since records have been kept, like in 18 something. I don't know. So yes, now before I get started today, a lot has happened since I last saw you on Tuesday. Stampin' Up have made some significant announcements. And I just want to tell you what's going on and just keep you in the loop. So Stampin' Up have discontinued, and I'm going to give you a sneak peek here. They have discontinued their cling stamps. So they have had a lot of issues getting the raw materials to make our red rubber stamps. So, and sometimes the materials aren't just being manufactured anymore anywhere. So they do obviously have some materials to make red rubber stamps. And as of our November online exclusive release, all our stamps will be, let's see if I can open this, will be photopolymer. Okay, and because of this change, we will not be giving our new stamps from November in a DVD case. Okay, because the photopolymer sets, I don't have one on a sheet, unfortunately, but our photopolymer sets are significantly thinner than our cling stamps, okay, because these are on foam where the photopolymer stamps aren't. So what they're going to be giving us are pouches that are very similar to our die pouches that we've got now. I don't have one on hand, do I? I've got a very little pouch on hand. So we'll be getting our dies and our stamps in these pouches, but obviously a lot bigger. This is a teeny tiny die set. So the other good thing about this packaging change is our dies will have the die images on the front. So you won't just see the dies. We will have die images like we have stamp images, okay? So that is the changes with the stamps. So cling red rubber stamps from our November online exclusive release will all be they will be discontinued. So anything in the annual catalogue will still be available, and anything on the online exclusives that is cling will still be available until they retire that stamp set. But all new stamps from November online exclusive, they will all be photopolymer. I have no issues with photopolymer. They're amazing sets. They're amazing quality. I have not had my photopolymer stamps go bad or they stain. And this is the set we're using today. They stain, but that doesn't affect their stamp quality. Okay, hello Margine. Oh, the hot cold flashes are horrible, Corinne. I do agree. Hello, Cindy. So that is that. Now, one of the best techniques that you can do with red rubber stamps is using our Stampin' Right markers, and I'm going to grab a packet, is to use our Stampin' Right markers right way round, Ellen, onto cling. Now, the popularity of our Stampin' Right markers, which have the same ink as our ink pads, has significantly decreased since the introduction of our Stampin' Blends, which are our alcohol markers. Okay, so they are discontinuing our Stampin' Right markers, and they are on last chance now. As of last night, when I was talking to my stepdaughter, who is a lover of the Stampin' Right markers in Australia, none of the colour family sets have sold out. And the colour family sets is the only way you can buy the markers. Once upon a time, I got half price off a big case with all the colours, but that isn't around anymore. So you can get them in colour families, or you can buy the 4 colour families together. So these will be no more, but we will still be keeping our alcohol Stampin' Blend markers. Am I being too loud, Mr. Owen?
Well, it wouldn't be, but just
okay.
The noise cancelling.
No problems. Owen's had a pair of his headphones die, and he's had to go back to his old headphones, and the noise cancelling doesn't work on them, so he just shut the door for us. I love my child. Well, I love both of my children, but you know. Yes, I did just mention the Stampin' Right markers. So hopefully the Stampin' Right markers are being discontinued. They are on the last chance list now. If you enjoy using them and you haven't got them, grab them while you can. Yes, so hopefully that comment, Charlotte, came up before I spoke about the Stampin' Right markers. Now, on to good things that are happening this month. We have our 2025 to 2027 in colour sale happening. So that is all products that have the new in colours in them are 15% off. We also have our kits. So we had 3 new kits this month, and if you were here on Tuesday, you saw me play with the Brighten Your Day kit. So I made some alternative projects with that were inspired by another lovely demonstrator. Yes, I know, Charlotte. Yay for the images on the die packaging. It will be good. I am having to rethink my die storage. I really like my magnetic sheets, and I'm just having a think about how I will be storing them, because I love my magnetic sheets and they're not coming in magnetic sheets, and that's okay. That's a whole nother beast with pricing, and wait for postage, putting them on magnetic sheets. So I'm not complaining about that. It's just I've had my system for so long. The stamps doesn't bother me. I've got a lot of containers here that I can stand the stamps up in. I can flick through them. So storage isn't an issue there because I do that with my dies anyway. So yes, but that's what's going on. If you have any questions, please ask in the chat and I will answer them. But yeah, basically cling stamps will be, we'll discontinue making cling stamps. We will only have photopolymer, and because of that we are changing our packaging to a pouch style packaging, which saves space, and it saves space, and you won't have these DVD cases taking up extra room. So yeah, and because this has happened with our packaging when we have changed our stamps. So when we have wood mount stamps, we had our oyster shell cases, and then when we didn't have our wood mount stamps and they got discontinued, we went to our DVD style cases. And now that we don't have our red rubber cling stamps, we're going to a more slimline option. So this is something that does happen as styles change, and unfortunately the raw material thing is real. Like when we were in lockdown and there were lots of issues getting materials into our warehouse or into our manufacturing sites. It's the same as that, except no one is manufacturing some of the products that we need to make the red rubber. Oh, no problems, Anne. Hello, Sheila. How are you? Did I miss you? No, you're right there. Hello. Okay. Today, that was a very long 12-minute update. I'm so sorry, but that's okay. Today, I wanted to grab out my online exclusive Holly Jolly stamp set. So this has 4 images in it that I am yet to use. And I thought I'd challenge myself today and use these images to make a card, multiple cards. Not sure. We will see how we go. Oh, Sheila, that's the best comment ever. Yes, her husband should know she's very busy hanging out with us. Oh my God. So we're going to be playing with this today. I'm going to flick around, pop you guys in the stand, turn off the overhead lights so we don't have any shadows on our work surface, and we will get playing. I really have no idea what we're making. I've had a look on Mr. Google and he wasn't really helpful, but before looking at Mr. Google, I did have an idea in my head. So let's just see how that pans out and we can go from there. Okay. So if anyone has any questions about any of the news I just shared, now would be a great time to ask me questions. Okay, just before we get into the whole swing of it. But that's what I'm here for, to help you guys. Yes, it is a minimal image set, Charlotte. That's exactly right. And that's what I thought. I've used, and I'll show you the dies that go with them. Okay. I think are we okay? I think so. I think we look pretty good. Okay, I'll be back. Oh, we're not quite straight on our grid, but we are straight with our glass mat. I can't decide. Yes, that's why he called me away. He heard voices. Just tell him they're the voices in his head, Anne, and see what he says. Now that's a bit cheeky. Okay, so I'm thinking we should use these images together, especially these three. And question, do I colour these in with coloured pencils or blends? So please tell me. Sometimes Uncle Google doesn't know everything. Ah, I didn't think of asking Auntie Pinterest. Hey Bev, Auntie Pinterest really doesn't give me good results at all, which is why I've defaulted to Uncle Google. So every year I say I'm going to reuse some of my old Christmas stamp sets, and every year, Charlotte, we do come out with cute sets every year. I can't wait to show you on the 3rd of September. Go through the catalogue, have a whole catalogue tour with you. But this one is available now because it is one of our online exclusives. So I love that Stampin' Up! In the last couple of releases have brought out some Christmas sets, which makes me very, very happy. Sorry, lots of talking, need to have a drink to start off with. And the online exclusives that will be coming out in September do also have Christmas sets. So it's not just the September to December catalogue that has Christmas sets, it's also the online exclusives. So yes. Oh, look at you guys all saying hello to each other. I love it. Let's get these stamps. You can tell I've used this one a bit. Actually, you can tell which ones I've used with red or purple ink. Okay, let's just pop these on some blocks. I'm thinking 1 block each. So did anyone answer whether you want me to use coloured pencil or our watercolour pencils, more to the point, or our Stampin' Blends? Stampin' Blends would be it's going to be very, very, very simple colouring. But yes, more than happy to do that. And since I haven't got an answer yet, I think I'm just going to stamp these in basic grey, because at the moment that's my go-to colour, because it's a nice dark grey, but it isn't quite black. Not happy about not getting okay. Sunshine. The cases aren't going away. You will still be able to purchase the blank cases. So that's not going away. We can, Stampin' Blends and says okay. So we can still have the cases. It's just not what Stampin' Up! Are giving us the stamps in. So you can definitely still use the stamp cases, because I use them for other things. I've got my stamped chamois in one of those. I've got my watercolor pencils in a stamp case. What else have I got? I've got lots of things in stamp cases. Oh, my kit stamp sets I have in stamp cases. And what else? Lots of things. So I use them for more than that. Hey Susan, how are you? Susan, everyone in Melbourne, please send your sunshine, not as in the person sunshine who's joined us today. I want you sunshine, please. I'm over the rain. So is my hair. Yes. Well, why don't I do 2 sets? 1 set with blends and 1 set with watercolor pencils. I can do that. Okay, just moving my water because it was kind of obscuring the blends. Now, I was doing, I was doing some colouring, and I do have some of my Christmas blends in here. So I am thinking, what colour is this? Is this Mossy Meadow? Yes, this is Mossy Meadow. So I think I might do Mossy Meadow for our little sprig. It's like an olive branch, isn't it? Oh, sunshine and 9 degrees. I'll take sunshine with 9 degrees, Anne. Sending sun now. Thank you. Oh, 1 degree this morning. I'll take the sunshine. It does actually make a difference. And unfortunately, I have promised Owen that we're going to the shops later. And I'm pretty sure where we're going, I will not be able to get undercover parking, which means we will probably get drenched. Okay, I'm going to just put my open ink pad away where I won't get my fingers or images or other things in it, because that would never ever be a good thing. Okay, I've just got to put some dots in the places that I missed, and of course that means I go outside the lines. Oh, thank you. Courier no charge, Susan. I will take that every day of the week, because I spent a lot in postage yesterday. I was buying birthday presents for my granddaughter, who turns 15 tomorrow. I was saying to Owen earlier, where have the last 15 years gone? He said, well, 15 years ago, Mum, I was 5. And I went, oh my God. So, pretty scary. So I'm just adding the dark at the bottom of these leaves, just to give a bit of a contrast. And I've done a bit of a bodgy job with these, but that's fine. It's all good. That's why we have our colour lifter. So I'm going to go in and just push back some of these. And we don't have Jamie in the sky today. I cannot believe Jamie on Tuesday. I am Susan. I have stepchildren who are older than my children. And I actually have 2 grandchildren. They are siblings, and one is, Ivy is nearly 15, and Franklin is 3.5. So I have both gametes, and they are very cute together. So I've gone Old Olive for this one, and I tend to do an overall colour, and then I try to come in and be a bit more precise. So we'll see how this works. That didn't work too badly. Now, thinking definitely real red for these ones. I've got cherry cobbler in my basket, but I think real red will work just as well. I think that's dark. No, that is dark. This is light. So I don't actually need to colour. I just need to dab. So if I had have coloured, I would have gone out of the lines. Oh, you've got fur grandbabies. That's just as fun. They don't talk back. Hi, Nina. How are you? Long time no see. Got lots of people popping in that I haven't seen in a while. Now, I'm thinking I may want to also... Yep, I just want to go here. That's better. Just, I can be a bit more precise with the bullet end. So now, because I've gone real red here, I'm going to go cherry cobbler for my poinsettia. So this is not hard colouring because we have such small images. Okay. Is this the light? Oh my word. How do I replace that? But I did do a lot of colouring the other day. Ooh, I just made that run all the way across my desk. Okay. And one last one, and then I will do the same thing I have done with the berries, and I'm going to just use some light dabs on the inside so we can get some light and dark. Or maybe kids in the future, Susan. You never really want to push. I did ask my stepdaughter if she's having any more children. She went, hell no. It's like, I assumed that was the answer. I did actually ask a question that I kind of knew the answer to. Okay, so I just want dark in the middle. I know there's lots of detail on this, but I just want dark in the middle, and I think there's some like flower center in the middle, and I think I do want to do something with that. So I'm going to take dark Darling Duckling, I think, and just give a bit of a pounce in the middle. So I went for a darker yellow because I went for the darker red. So pop that one there. Now we have our bells. So I've used red. Do I, green. I need to add some more colour lifter here. Sometimes using the colour lifter is a bit of a process. So do need to add a couple of layers and let it dry and see how it looks, but I think will be pretty good after that layer. Okay, I'm going to colour in the bells, and then I will worry about what colour bow I want. Oh, she keeps telling you yes. Well, that's nice. What colour shall I colour the bow while I colour the bell? Actually, I don't mind using the Darling Duckling now, actually. I think that will be a really nice bell colour. So I'm just going to go in with the light. Maybe not for the clanger. I think that's what it's called. Is it called a clanger? Do we have any bell aficionados out there? Oh, that is a very nice colour. It's kind of got that richness that our other yellows don't have. So if you haven't tried Darling Duckling yet, don't forget the 15% off. Oh, that was perfect. So I've even managed to keep the light in the middle. Is it worth buying Darling Duckling if you already have Daffodil Delight? It is definitely darker. Let me grab a little scrap and I will do a quick comparison for you. I've got my scrap. Just let me finish this off and I will do a comparison for you, because that is actually a very good question. But the Darling Duckling is definitely darker. So this bow is definitely casting some shadow, as is down here. I think we're pretty good there. I think I want to use a couple of layers of the dark on the clangers. My married grandson is 24. I told him no great-grandchildren while you were still in your 60s. That's fair enough. I was a grandmother in my 30s. So even though they're not blood, they still call me Nonna. It is a different yellow to daffodil. That's right. It does have a bit of a greener tinge. So here we go with our second layer. And you can see just by adding another layer, it gets darker. I'm doing that here as well. So hopefully you can see that. So dark daffodil, dark darling duckling, just while I've got it open. And I have coloured all these images, so I will go on to our coloured pencils next. That's light darling duckling, and I'm pretty sure this is my daffodil. Yeah, oh, that's, hang on, dark lemon lolly. What have I done here? Here's a lemon lolly. And this is dark lemon lolly and light lemon lolly. Where is my daffodil? That is bizarre. Okay, I am going to look if I have daffodil in my blends box. Well, it's not just my blends box. I may not be able to do the comparison. Oh, here it is. Is that Daffodil Delight, a brand new set? I'm going to have to deal with my lemon lolly later. Okay. And I did not almost fall over. I'm all good, nothing to see. Sheila. Okay, so Daffodil Delight. There we go, brand new pack. So I'll add the dark first. So a lot brighter. A very, very different yellow. And the light. So I'm going to put a bit more dark on this one, just so I've just gone over it twice, but that's okay. So, oh, I don't even need to lift that up. You can see that loud and clear. Good afternoon, Miss Sue. How are you? Hello, Cindy. How are you? Almost done with your council meeting. Okay. Okay. So, Darling Duckling, Daffodil Delight. Is that helpful? I'm just going to leave that there. I'm going to put my Darling Duckling can go over there. I'm actually going to put my Daffodil Delight away properly. Do not know how I got 2 lemon lollies there. I bet one of those lemon lollies is actually dead. If not, they can go back into my storage for later. Okay, so, oh, I've got to do my bow. maybe I need to do real red, because the cherry cobbler is very dark, where the real red, I think that will look lovely. Now, being red, it's a bit of a, oh, wrong end, trying again. No problem, Barbara, welcome. These are our first, yes, Tanya, you do need to add Darling Duckling. Do make sure you check out before the end of the month, and then you will get your discount. But one of my team members, she was actually very vocal about her dislike of Darling Duckling, and she did the online scrapbook retreat recently, and it had a lot of Darling Duckling in that retreat. Oh, no problem, Sharon. And she said that she is now very much a lover of Darling Duckling because she was forced to use it so much. Sorry, I was just going in after my white bits. Now, I am going to use the bullet end here because I can just be more precise with it. So just going very slowly. So the insides there, out here, down here, and then I will give them a little bit of a blend out as well. So just putting all the shadows where they would be, and then just blend those edges. Just makes them look a little less harsh, and it looks a lot more natural. I'm really happy with that. That looks really pretty. Okay, I'm not going to cut these out yet. I am going to find another piece. Oh, I'll show them to you up close, sorry. So they are our 4 images. Yes, exactly, Corinne. I actually do like your description there. Now, oh, look at that. No, that piece will not work. It's a card front piece. And I know I want to die cut these images out. So how wide was this piece? Don't put it on the stamps. So this is about 6 centimeters. Okay. Trim it down, trim it down. Please go in. There we go. Up and away. Yes, Tanya, I agree. Darling Duckling definitely does have its place. And I never really question why Stampin' Up brings in colours, because they all always have their place. Okay, so this set we are going to stamp with coloured pencils. So I will blame you all when my hand hurts at the end of this. Oh, and here comes the heavy rain again. The sunshine didn't make it, ladies. Unfortunately. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but I have a pergola right next to my window, and she's coming down. Okay, now I need to just slide over here and grab my coloured pencils. Okay, so I have an older set and a newer set of coloured pencils. I don't actually have all the colours that are currently available in the catalogue. I will give you that as a disclaimer, because I would have been doubling up on coloured pencils, if that makes any sense. So we don't have coloured pairs like with our blends. These are just singular colours. So Daffodil Delight, and I'm pretty sure this one is Crush Curry. Is Crush Curry even one of our colours anymore? Yes, yes it is. It's in the Regals. And Crush Curry will work really, really well. I wish we had Crush Curry in blends, but we don't. So I think I've got all the colours that we'll need. So I've got Garden Green, Granny Apple Green. Not sure if I'll use Granny Apple, Old Olive. I have Cherry Cobbler and Real Red, and I have Daffodil Delight and Crush Curry. So now I'm not going to watercolour with these. I'm literally just going to colour in. And we can get that light and shadow with different pressure. Oh, see, we're not desperate for rain, Bev. We are beyond not desperate for rain. Yeah. We are over it. We are happy to send the rain to Canberra. Now, I will say I am really not as precise with coloured pencils. Now, that has a lot to do with my disability, which does affect my hands. But yeah, we'll see. Look, they won't look bad. They just won't look as good as other people who are amazing with coloured pencils. But that is not me. So I'm going to use this Crush Curry in the centre. I am going a little heavy, more heavy-handed, because we're not layering that colour at all. So now that I've done this, I can go heavy-handed here. Now I also do have a sharp piece of the pencil here, which makes it easier for me to get it darker down at the base of the petals, but I'm definitely getting that light and dark. So, and it's good because these images are little. I'll move the pencils, and these images are little, so they're actually really easy to colour in with whatever you choose. So I've done that. I'm going to take Real Red. So I'm trying to keep everything as close to what I've used in the other one. Okay, circles, circles. And I don't need to use any dry time. So I can just go in darker straight away. So I've just gone darker in the middle, which covers all three of those. So this colour is Old Olive. Yep, that's my Old Olive. I do have the pencil sharpener close at hand, but because I'm only doing singular images, I don't think I really need that. And if you don't want any of the pencil lines, definitely try circular colouring in, because you get less of that straight line and you can blend it over a little bit nicer. Okay, so let's go in heavy-handed here at the bottom. That's good. So you should be able to see the difference there. Heavy-handed here, and I'm actually quite light up here, so I've got my light and shade there. I'm going to go garden green with our olive leaf. If you don't want rain, Ellen, you need to send some to South Australia. Happy to send it on its way, but the clouds and the atmosphere are not playing ball, because I really would like it to move on. Oh, nice, Anne. You've been doing heaps of those kits. That's great. Yeah, that was a bit of a deluge. It's eased off now, Charlotte, but it's coming across in bands. So this one, it's a little bit harder to do our circular motions. Now do remember, these are coloured pencils, so if I went over these with a paintbrush or a water painter or whatever brush medium that you have, we would intensify these colours. But this is not watercolour paper, so the paper would most likely pill. Okay, so just going in at the base of each leaf and just putting in a heavier colour, and this is actually working. So exactly the same theory, it's just a colouring theory of using the light and the shade, and we can get it with our blends and with our coloured pencils. Okay, so for our bow, I did use Real Red in the other one, so I'll use Real Red this time, and hopefully I can use a bit of a heavy hand. So do most people have watercolour pencils that they can colour in with and wet and have a whole lot of fun with? It's something I don't actually, it's not my go-to, but I'm very happy to use it today. Okay, go over these areas. Just trying to get into those corners. Okay. Brace myself for my heavy hand. And let's try and get these areas nice and dark. A bit more here. This is working. My hands aren't, or my hand isn't falling off yet, which is great. I can just add a bit more colour to help that blend. A bit more dark. Yay, that looks great. So now we are up to our yellow. So I didn't end up using Granny Apple Green, which is fine. It was just there as an option. So we've used 2 reds, 2 greens, and we will definitely use 2 yellows. So my base is going to be Daffodil Delight, which we worked out is definitely the brighter of our yellows. I haven't got in colours in our watercolour pencils, so I'm substituting for crushed curry, which will work really, really well. And I did the bow first, so then it didn't matter if I kind of went over the lines a little bit using the yellow. It won't actually make a huge amount of difference. I do have to work the colour more with the coloured pencils than I do with the blends. There's the difference between a wet and a dry medium. Oh, you have Stadler ones. Okay, I don't even know how to say that because it's some European word. You don't use them often as well. Okay. See, I've got a massive set, which I think Lavender and Joy have borrowed of Prismacolors. So, okay. So I'm going over here. Now I am purposely going really quite dark on the edge of the bell and on the clanger. Is a clanger the right word? Because I'm sure it makes sense in my brain. Okay, so we can see those two go really nicely together, and I'm just going to go lighter with the shadow on the inside of the bell. I think these two colours and the way I'm doing them actually give better contrast than my Stampin' Blends one. So I think I like this contrast better, but they're just different. So these are our two here, our two here, and our two here. So they are very, very different. Good afternoon, Margaret. How are you? It is a clanger, Sheila. Thank you so much. I like it when my brain actually engages and I have the right words. Okay. Have another drink and I will... You forget about your coloured pencils, Marjane. Let this be your reminder to get them out. Now, I'm going to get my dies, and I think I'm going to use the small square stylish shapes. Oh, okay. Oh my God, they're right at the front. Because I've got the squares in the stylish shapes. Let me see if anything else will work. No, Festive Friends. Branching out is too big. I don't want to use circles. Don't want to use banners. Rectangles aren't going to cut it. Oh, the Perennial Postage. Ooh, I do have a square in the Perennial Postage. Happy Home. Thankful Garden. Okay, so these, I am going to grab these out. These are the dies that actually go, and each four of those images do actually have an individual die. So you can colour them and die cut them out and pop them up and do all those things. But today we're not doing that. We're just going to cut it out with the square. But I've got to decide which one. Okay. Hello, Nina. You're back. You have watercolor pencils you prefer. You prefer them to Stampin' Blend as they don't show. Okay, so I'm going to ask a very pointed question. Why does it matter that Stampin' Blends bleed through onto the back? Because only we know about it. So this doesn't bleed through, obviously, because I haven't wet it. But that's part of the colouring process with blends. They do go into the paper fibres. But I'm just wondering why that's an issue. I'd love to hear your answer because I love hearing people's different opinions. Okay, so this is a Holly Jolly set with the hybrid embossing folder. I don't think I'm going to use any of these dies today. I'm thinking I want to try this one. Just need to pull out my handy dandy. Yeah, you like blends better. See, just for this image, I prefer the bow on that one, and I prefer the bells on this one. And there's nothing saying that I can't use both of them together. Oh, now that works. That works. Yep, I am going to use Perennial Postage because I don't actually use it that often. Hello, Lisa. Oh, Nina, I won't be offended with what your answer is. I'm just curious. Okay, they can go to the side. I think we only need our mini machine today, which is nice. Okay, open up our mini machine. I may say I'm getting a little warm because Owen closed the door, but that's okay. I know, see Sheila, I never forget about them, but often the detail, the postage stamp detail, doesn't float my boat. Now, I am very tempted, since I'm using the postage stamp detail, to grab out some... Okay, Lisa, they updated them with the new colours when they did the colour refresh. What kind of update would you like to see with them, Lisa? Because these are things that can be suggested. So I'm going to cut all these out. It doesn't matter whether it's like totally centered or not. Perfect. Okay, I need a dish. Otherwise, I am going to lose things. And I need to... Okay, Nina, I'm still... Oh, Nina, because I don't always use two... Okay, Nina. That is a very valid point. If I'm a layers person, as you guys who've been around here for a while know. So I generally don't have that issue. So that would, sorry, I'm just working. That's perfect. Yeah, so I don't have that issue, but I definitely see where that can be an issue. Okay, so we're just waiting on Lisa's update, but I'm loving hearing all of these suggestions. So this machine doesn't like cardstock being in front of the plates, which is why I am chopping off the excess every time. Okay. And I'm not going all the way through, so then I don't ruin the next image by putting a line on it. So now what I could do is I could get the next largest die and make a mat for it. Okay, so you see what I mean? It doesn't want to crank on because I didn't cut off the excess. So yeah, Lisa, I'm not sure if you were here when I said it, but I don't have some of the new color pencil colors. I just took the retired colors out of my colored pencil set. That's what I decided to do. Because at the time, I think it just came down to dollars and cents, and that's where I went. Okay, so Lisa, you're saying doing the next layer would be nice. And I've just got to work out what colour, and I'll get the sneak peek designer series paper because it's got postage all through it. So it'll look really, really cool. That's the set that also has lots of Louisa's in it, and Louisa is my husband's guide dog, so hopefully they did not get totally drenched going to their conference today, because David's one of the exhibitors at a conference today and tomorrow in Sydney, actually at a university. So sorry, the die moved just a little bit, enough for me to want to change it. Okay, I've jammed it in. Crank it through, crank it back. How are we going for time? Okay, this is going to be a bit of a longer one, but I've gone through, if you got here a little later, I did go through the current Stampin' Up news, which some things have happened this week in regards to our stamps and our Stampin' Right markers. So if you want a bit more to hear my clarification on it, there is also a video, a customer facing video. I did post that on my business Facebook page, so if you don't follow me on Facebook, I do put up all the news and updates there, and I did send out a newsletter with the information as well. So if you're not following me on Facebook, I would definitely follow me. Time is no worry. I do have a 2 o'clock appointment, a telephone appointment for Owen, but I will be finished these before 2. And I also just want to make some scrambled eggs for lunch. What does everyone eat for lunch? Are you a sandwich person? I just told you what I make. When I'm home, I will have scrambled eggs with a touch of cheese on the top. If I'm at work, I'll have a chicken risole and some vegetables. That's my kind of go-to lunch, because we have a microwave and just easily heat it up. Or leftovers I take to work. Some of the girls do amazing prep, like lunch prep on a weekend, and bring the yummiest things to work. A sandwich and yogurt, or soup and yogurt. Is it not too hot for soup in Broken Hill, Leslie? I don't think I've made any soup this winter, and there's no reason why I shouldn't. Okay, so I'm not going to put this away because I do need to cut our next layer of these. Okay, so these can go off to the side. I've kind of got stuff everywhere at the moment. Okay, so I've got to actually move my laptop and move my alcohol. Now, the new paper is called North Pole Delivery. So this is the paper. Do I know if I've used the colours in the paper? No idea. But we shall see if we can make this work. Okay, and I really need to turn off my heater now. I'm definitely hot. The DSP is totally cute, and there definitely is like postage stuff in here, so I'm not going to get it all the way out. Ooh. Okay, just going to pull this over here. So our green in here is garden green, but I think, okay, so maybe not that one. I don't think the doggies will work, but that might work. That might work. Oh, I've got two here. So I've got the doggy one, or I've got the envelopes. Oops, be careful, Ellen, let those go back down. I've got, see, the post boxes might work really, really well. I think the post boxes, but let me go, because we've only got five actual different patterns, because we've got all the die cuts. So this is one of the papers that will be available on the 3rd of September. I will be doing a paper share for anyone in Australia. And with this you would get the 5 patterns, and you would get an assortment of the 2 die cut sheets. So that is what you would get. Okay, so I think I'm pretty happy with that. So there is like crumb cake in here. Let me see here. Cajun orange heritage. So we've got the cherry cobbler, we've got crumb cake, garden green, pool party, we've got poppy parade, but I think the colors we have used will work quite well, and I'm thinking definitely crumb cake for our layers of this, because this is so busy in the background. I think having the crumb cake will work really nicely to give us a pop. Now, this may be too busy and you're there going, oh my God, Ellen, what are you doing? But we will find out. So I'm thinking 9.5. Okay, so a full centimetre smaller. Well, just going to have to rip that. Not ideal. Our winter is coming and I'm planning on making homemade soup. So what's your favourite homemade soup? And I need to cut one more. Here I am going, oh, no, I don't need more, but I actually do. Now that will be cute to cut out. So that is actually a scrap I want to keep. Yes, the old English post boxes. And so like these are ones people would have on their house. And then you've got your big ones. So they are a bit cute. I'm not sure if I need this or not. Basic grey crumb cake. Which is actually totally in the wrong spot. But anyway. Oh, I have plenty of scraps on the back. So, pop that away, bring my machine. Oh, sorry everyone, I didn't expect to do that. Lunch for me is if it's in the fridge, I can eat it. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, this is the one we want to use. I do have a die set on the floor currently, but it was in its case, so it hasn't gone anywhere. Clam chowder. I have never had clam chowder. So there you go. Good night, Lisa. Lovely to see you. Thanks for joining. I will post photos as the thumbnail for this video, and I'll also do a blog post which will be up tomorrow night. So keep an eye out. Thanks for joining. Always appreciated. Okay, so let's have a look here. Oh, that is nice. Yeah, that works really well. Now, the die. It kind of went AWOL a little bit. Okay, nice to use up some scraps. Quarter of the way there. Okay, I think I'm only getting 4 out of this one anyway. Perfect, 4 out of that one actually. And then I don't know if using a crumb cake card base would actually work like we think it would, but good try to see. Oh, too thin. Does that one work? Yep, that works. Okay. One here. This one is a little bit wasteful, but anyway, these things happen. It is only a scrap. Better to be used than to hang around. Whoop. Really need to clean the feet of this machine. I don't know if, oh, sorry about that. I don't know if anyone knows, but I'll show you now. All my plates are basically off. If you clean, and I am missing one, but if you clean the rubber feet and get rid of all the paper and the dust, it actually sticks really well to your cutting surface. It's just the stamp set, Leslie. The postage stamp dies are staying. And I think that stamp set in Australia has already gone because it's not on my shelf. But no, the Perennial Postage was not on the last chance list. It is definitely still available, which is wonderful for us because it is a very useful set. But if I am wrong, I am happy to be corrected. Very happy to be corrected. Now, I know there's one more thing I'm going to have to try and grab down, and that is dimensionals, because I definitely don't have enough to get this project done. Okay, I am just going to throw that out. I'm glad you think that's good, Leslie, because I 1000% agree with you. Okay, so I have all of these pieces, and I think I'm going to pop these up on dimensionals on here. But as I said, I do need a pack of dimensionals. Woo. Sorry guys, I will kind of pop you back there. A pack of dimensionals. Okay, let's see if I can get this back up without causing an avalanche, as I said. And I did successfully cause an avalanche. It's okay, I'll try and pick most of this up. Some alcohol wipes, thing for that, and that can go back up. I didn't have it sitting down flat in the first place, which is one of the reasons it fell down. Okay, hopefully we should be right now. Okay, let's... Oh, I'm opening this without scissors, or at least I started to. Sometimes easier said than done. Big deep breaths. Okay, just need one sheet. I know I've got bits sitting in my place where my dimensionals live, but they are not getting used today. So what I want to do is just use 2 dimensionals on the diagonal. That's it. That will work good enough for what we need. I think using 4 for this size is overkill, but that's just me. Okay, so everyone's gone quiet now. No more questions or comments, things I can feed back to Stampin' Up on your behalf. Okay. Well, this little ad break is coming on at the exact right time because I'm doing boring things. Nothing exciting to see here right now, but we have to do the boring things to get a great card in the end. Oh no! Well, I haven't had lunch either, but I did go and buy eggs this morning, so it was part of my errands. I ditched going to the chemist yesterday on the way home from work because it was absolutely pouring and I didn't fancy getting drenched on the way home from work. So I ditched it yesterday, but I definitely needed my medication for this morning, so I had no choice to go. Good afternoon, Rosemary. But the good thing is it was barely raining when I went to the chemist this morning, so that was pretty good, or at least good for me. Okay. Now, my Aussie girls, how did I miss that postage went up recently? Because I was in the post office and the lady said something to me, because I was posting some large letters, because I have posted catalogues out to my customers who have bought with me in the last 6 to 12 months. And she just grabbed out normal stamps, and I had this sudden realization, oh, stamps have gone up, but they've gone up by like 20 cents. I was shocked. But she put all the stamps on for me, so I'm not complaining. Oh, Rosemary, I am sending some of my rain your way, because I am officially over it. That's not perfect, but it's close enough. Oh, hang on. I thought that 170. Let me grab out my new box, which is the opals. They are 170. So 170, and my old box, which I didn't buy all that long ago, is 150. Oh, 50 cents. Ouch, here am I going complaining at 20 cents. But if you buy Forever stamps, they hold their price, don't they? Because we don't have anything like Forever stamps. So even those $1.50 stamps, I'm going to have to buy. I need to work out how many I have left in the box and buy some 20-cent stamps to bring them up to cost. Yeah, well, yeah, I know, Tanya. I know. Well, I am your bearer of news today by the sounds of it. Lots of news at the start of the video talking about postage now. But may I say, those opal stamps are gorgeous. They are just such a vibrant stone. 3 more to go. Almost there. I think they're putting up the, I don't know, are they putting up the price of postage to subsidise the parcels? I don't know. But anyway, I now have right postage, and then when I'm back at that shopping centre where Australia Post is, I shall purchase the right stamps, because the lady was very nice and she said she'll put the stamps on my catalogues, which I was very much in two minds about sending my catalogues because of the weather. So I do hope they get to where they're going without being like totally soggy and saturated. Will we get a delivery 3 times a week as well to our post box? But that's for snail mail, but deliveries like parcels is every day. Okay, so I don't think these are going to need, I don't know actually. This is not quite what I had planned, because I wanted at least 3 going across. Unless we go 2 and 2. I don't think this will fit either. Oh no. Okay, I'm going to have to abandon this. So thank you for your service and lovely paper. Yes, it has, Tanya. I did notice that when I was looking at postage for my my paper shares. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Colour-wise, what do I want to do is the other issue, because we've used lots of great colours, but I'm thinking like a real red or a cherry cobbler. What's going to be easiest to get? Probably, no, they're both right next to each other, so it doesn't matter which one's. Cherry cobbler's coming out first. That is where we are going. So that is definitely this polar delivery, is it polar special delivery, North Pole delivery paper is just going to get really, really lost. I love the new name, Cherry Chopper. That's awesome. Autocorrect does some funny things. Okay. Let's fold this. So that was already pre-scored from another project. Thank you very much. Pop those to the side. Okay, so I'm hoping these will fit. Where's my last one? It's right here. So that still looks good. I don't actually think we need, okay, so what I want to do is change, I just want to put our multicolour images not next to each other. Now I'm looking for whether we need a sentiment. I do like that, just there in the middle. That looks really good. So while I stick these down, please tell me, do we need a sentiment? And I'm not sure what sentiment. So I've got the sentiments in the set next to us here. Let's just, no, we need a needle, a pin. Okay. Okay, that didn't appear to have much in it. Didn't appear to have an actual blockage. Well, I think it does. That's still not coming out nicely. Let's give it a bit of a, no, the glue is coming out really nicely. Ah, there we go. Maybe that wasn't the amount of glue that I actually wanted, but it shall do. Okay, so approximately there. Try and get it straight. Yeah, I know. Nina, too late. I can do it on the next one, but not this one. I've already committed. This is a whole card front, but I do love how they pop. I really, really love how they pop. So I could definitely use some white embellishments, Or I've got, I don't think our peppermints are going to work. So if you remember, our peppermints were in and out of being available last year. We've got them in the online store now. But yes, we've definitely got those. I don't have a vertical. Oh, I've got this one. May the spirit of the season bring hope, happiness, and love. But I know what you mean, a thin vertical sentiment. And the answer to that is no. But there is also nothing saying, okay, that is stuck down. So there is nothing saying that I can't do this. It'd just be this one that I'd have to turn, and I could do that. Now let's see if I can actually pull this one off. I'm pulling a bit of it, but do you know what? Oh no, no, go back. So I could just make it a portrait card, just change this one, make it a portrait top folding card, and we can fix that. Thank you, Bev, for getting that train of thought going for me, because the rest of them look great as they are. Oh, maybe that one needs more glue, or it just hadn't set yet. Now I've got gluey hands. Thank you. What do you think, Bev? She's probably eating lunch or not near her keyboard or keypad. Okay. I think that one's good. Bright and Merry Christmas wishes. I quite like that. And I don't think I want to do anything tizzy. Maybe I look at... So I also don't want to emboss at this stage, because I think it will be a bit of a... What the hell am I doing? Thank you. Oh, good. We can fix things. This is what we do. So I'm actually bringing in our basic grey. I just want to do a bit of a check stamp here. Yep, that looks good. Pop that back. Because we'd like a sentiment, but we want the focus definitely to be, that looks really good. And while I'm here, we're going to add some ribbon. Now, this is basic beige, but I think this is actually going to look really, really good with just up here, because it's looking a little bit lopsided, because it's got the sentiment at the bottom that isn't straight at all. But I'm just going to do a knot. I'm not going to do a bow. I could do a bow, but okay. So we can see how that colour actually works as a medium point between the white and the crumb cake. So I've just got that ink pad right at my elbow that I don't want to put my elbow in. This has been a journey, these cards, but I definitely think now that we are doing this, definitely worth it. So just a knot, nothing too tizzy. Okay, so cut there, cut here. Tell this who's boss and where you'd like it. It's going to need a glue dot under there so I can tell it exactly who's the boss is. Pop's nice. Oh, I could use some Wink Stella. I could. That would also look very, very good. But I still do have my other card to pop together. So glue dot there. And oh, damn, it's okay, it's all good. Okay, that's me telling it who's boss, and I want another glue dot for under the ribbon. And just under the knot there, and that is going to be our first of our finished cards. So I definitely think I can use some Wink Stella. Thank you. Can use a little bit of Wink on our, going to put some on our clangers because I do want them to stand out a bit more on the middle of our poinsettia and on our bow. Okay, now when I do this with our watercolor, that is going to get everything to move. So that's card one. I think I do not. I do. Now I have to make it a top folding card to make the ribbon work. So let's do this. At least now we know exactly what we're doing for this card. Thank you. I'm glad it's all coming together. So it doesn't matter how we stick these down as such, because I now know where I'm going with them. And you can blend out our watercolor with quite easily with the Wink Stella because it is that water medium. Now for here I'm doing a lot of color blocking. I'm using, depending on which way you look at it, that's good. I am using red and then green. But don't worry, it will be a top opening card. It's just I'm adhering everything with the card on its side. Okay, now we're around the right way. Okay. Great. So, stamp. Hang on. Oh, they're not quite right, but they are close enough. Okay, stamp. Hopefully that'll give that glue time. Leave that there to transfer. And that actually looks black, even though it is basic grey. Oh, thank you, Sheila. Yes, I love thumbs up. That helps me reach more people and come up in your subscription feeds. So by liking my videos, subscribing, doing all of that, well, one, by subscribing, you can be a part of the chat. Just going to pop that away. We're finished with that dish. So yeah, to be a part of the live chat, you do need to be a subscriber, because we don't want all the bots and things like that getting in our way. Okay, so the basic beige ribbon. I haven't used ribbon like this in a long time. Okay, so just hold my knot here, make sure my loop is big enough, keeping everything straight. Now I do just hold this side and I pull with one side only. Okay, and that creates my lovely flat knot. I am much better at doing knots than I am at doing bows, but that's okay, it's all good. We've still got secured ribbon. Okay, let me open this and move this round. Come on, just move around for me. There we go. So this one, well, that's actually now sitting quite nicely. So I will go for this under the knot, and because it's in nicely, I will not need to use the other glue dot to make it sit. God knows what that was on the ribbon there. Okay, so we want Wink Stella on here, and I will show you what happens. So this might be a way to blend some of this out. So just on our clangers, on our ribbon. Now that did actually add a little bit of yellow. So I am going to go straight into our berries because I've gone red from red. A little bit in here. And you can see how that is just blending out because I'm adding moisture to the watercolor pencil. Now, where's my scrap of paper? Because I'm going into the green, I just need to get rid of the red here. And I'm just going to use a single stroke on each leaf. And I think I'm going to do in here as well. So I'll take out a lot of the pencil marks without adding a whole lot of, I think I'll just do the band across here rather than the whole bell. There we go. Okay, so we did do blending after all, just not with water. Where's my lid? Right here. Okay, so you struggle with bows. I find using reverse tweezers really, really good to hold the knot when you do bows. So reverse tweezers are the way to go. So let's have a look here and you can see how that has blended a lot. So that has, and I did get out of the lines a little bit up there, but oh well. So that is how that blended out with the Wink Stella. And this is our friend that is not really doing what I want it to do, but hey. So 2 cards using all the little pieces out of Jolly Holly. And we did try and use some designer series paper, but it didn't work. So we were able to do a comparison between our blends and our watercolor pencils. We did end up doing some blending with those at the end. And this is what we got. Thank you very much. I know, who looks that close? Exactly, Sheila. And if they're looking that close, they're not receiving a card from me again. So this is the Holly Jolly stamp set. This is available now. It's an online exclusive, so you won't find it in a catalogue, but we used one stamp set. We used the, sorry, having to move my paper. We used the Perennial Postage dies, and I am going to put our dies back. So we use both square Perennial Postage dies, which is great. And which way do I have to go here? This way. And we used the classic ribbon, and this is in basic beige. And the only ink colour that we used was basic grey for stamping. So our blends were Cherry Cobbler and Real Red. We used Darling Duckling, we used Mossy Meadow, and we used Old Olive. So for our pencils, we used Cherry Cobbler, Real Red, we used Daffodil Delight and Crushed Curry. We used Garden Green and Old Olive and Real Red. I love the Perennial Postage. Yes, use them again. I'd love to see lots of projects using the Perennial Postage. That would be great. Nice Christmas cards. Yes. If they look close, they deserve to find something. Exactly, Sheila. Exactly. Well, thank you so much for hanging with me today. I am going to very quickly go make some lunch before our meeting very soon. And I will... Whoa. Where are we going here? Let's get us straight so we can have a good last... There we go. There we go. So have a good couple of days. I will see you next Monday for Christmas Stampathon, and then I will do my normal videos on Tuesday and Wednesday. So look forward to seeing me for 3 videos next week, and I will see you soon. Bye.